welcome back. It is Friday again, and that means it is time for the weekly makeup basket. I've actually switched out my basket for one that's a little bit smaller to give me a little bit more room on my vanity top, which is actually just a small desk that I have here on the side of my bedroom. So I noticed that I have quite a few new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. What the weekly makeup basket is where I tell you about the products that I've been using over the last week. I've given myself a challenge this year to try something different every week, whether that be a new technique or using the same eyeshadow palette for an entire week. And this week, what my challenge was trying out some new Wet n Wild products. And so I use all three of those products every day this week so that I can give you a much better impression of the products. Now on Monday of this week I did a first impressions and I showed you a look, which is actually the same look that I'm wearing today. So if you want to check that out, that was posted on Monday, first impressions of the Wet n Wild products I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so first product that I was putting on my face this week was my Tarte Clean Slate Flawless Primer. This is a 12-hour brightening primer. I love this product for two reasons. One, I think in the middle of winter like it is right now, it really gives a lot of life and vibrancy to my face, and it also smells very, very good. When I put it on, it does have a slightly tacky feeling to it at first, but that goes away pretty quickly after it dries and settles in. But I absolutely love it. If you've never gone and smelled this, I highly recommend it. It just smells fresh and bright. For my foundation this week, I've been using my IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I have this in medium. I really like this CC Cream. I think that the anti-aging benefits that it gives you are absolutely fantastic. The one thing that I will say about this is you need to blend, blend, blend. I have some other foundations that I don't need to blend quite as long as this. I would say whatever you normally do as far as blending time, go twice as long on this. I think because it is a little bit thicker, because of those anti-aging properties, it just needs that extra blending time in order to really smooth it out. I've noticed that if I do not take that extra time to blend, then I can kind of start to see it by the end of the day, like, okay, I do have foundation on, and I don't really like that. If you take that little bit of extra time to blend, you cannot see it at all, so just take the extra couple minutes. I've been topping that with Your Minerals Sweden. This is a transparent veil powder. I got this in a subscription box and I absolutely love it. It's so lightweight, it's so nice, and I've just kind of done a once over on my face after I've put that CC cream on. The main reason is because I think that the CC cream gives me a little bit of a shinier look than I would really like. It gives me sort of an overall shiny look, whereas I like just a very, very slightly dewy look. So that's really helped. For concealer, I've been using my NYX HD. This is in light. I've been scraping the sides of it, so I think that this maybe have one more use in it, and I'm really sad about that because I need, I have to go to another city in order to purchase this. Actually, I have to go a couple of cities over in order to purchase this. It's almost about a 45-minute drive in order to go get a replacement for this because there's just nowhere nearby that sells NYX. That's what happens when you live in a small town. Okay, for my contour, like I said, I've been focusing on using the Wet n Wild palette this week. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. I've been using this bronzing color for my just simple powder contour, and I've been using this lighter color to set my under eye concealer. I really like these colors. I think that they do a fantastic job. I like how big the palette is. The one thing that I will say about this is it has absolutely terrible fallout. And I think I have cat hair or something in my mouth. Love my cat, but she is shedding like crazy right now, and I don't understand why because it's cold outside. Anyway, this was about $5 $4.99 I believe. Absolutely fantastic. I would pick it up immediately. Then for my blush, I've been using my Too Faced Love Flush. I have used actually every single color this week, and that was another one of my challenges this week, was to actually use every single color in this palette during the week. So I just did this very simply. I switched my makeup basket out on Friday after I filmed my Friday favorite, so I went Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I doubled up on the How Deep Is Your Love today because that was just the one that struck me this morning. For highlight, I've been using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. If you have the original, the smaller one, then you probably don't need this. This one was $4.99 as well. It's the exact same colors. I will say the one thing that I do like about this palette, and I mentioned this in my video on Monday, is how much bigger and wider the stripes are. I have used my original Mega Glow palette as eyeshadows with an eyeshadow brush. It's very easy to get into those individual colors. This is a whole lot easier to get into with a larger brush. So if you don't have the original, I would recommend picking this up. It's $4.99. I don't remember how much the original was, but if you're only going to get one, I would suggest the bigger one. You probably can't get the original anymore anyway if they just come up with that. For brows, I'm still using my Peak. This is the Natural Stain Brow Powder in Espresso. I'm not sure why they call it a stain. It's a brow powder. I really like it. It's so easy to use. I am definitely a brow powder person, and it just goes on beautifully. It blends beautifully, and I mean, how can you not love this cute little packaging? For my eyeshadow primer, I've been using Urban Decay's Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is, of course, a cult favorite. I will say that this is not the eyeshadow primer that I would normally have picked for a drugstore eyeshadow. Normally I would have picked something with a white base so that the colors would pop more. I'm not really sure what I was thinking when I picked this, except for I picked this prior to deciding that I was going to do the Wet n Wild challenge this week. So, but it ended up working out great. As you can tell, the colors from the eyeshadow palette really pop anyway. So that brings me to eyeshadow. I was using this palette all week long. I came up with a whole bunch of different looks. I will say that there are a whole lot of dark colors. So you have pretty much from here on out. So half the palette is really things that I would use for outer corner or lower lash line only. I do wish that it had fewer darker colors and more lighter colors. I'm not getting a ton of fallout for these. So that's fantastic. There's really only one color that's a really good highlight color. This one, I think, even though it's beautiful, it's a gold, I think it is a little bit too dark for just a highlight color. But that's what I have in my inner corners right now. I love these three colors for, you know, going over the lid. There's not really a good transition shade in this. However, if you're looking for a cheap palette, an inexpensive palette that you can get a whole lot of looks out of, this is really great at $7 a pop. I really just do wish that it had a few more brighter colors and something transition wise. And there's not a single matte color in here either. They are all glittery. And I'm not really sure why glittery is less expensive, but that seems to be a Wet n Wild thing. There are colors that are not as glittery, but they do all have glitter shimmer to them. But at $7, I really like the palette. If you're just wanting to pick up one Wet n Wild palette, the Petal Pusher palette I think still outdoes this one. And I think it's $4 or $5. So I think the Petal Pusher still outdoes that one. For me, anyway. Okay. For the rest of eye looks, I've been using my Ofra eyeliner in black. This is actually a pencil, and I've been using it for tight lining, which I almost never do. But this has been absolutely beautiful. and it's just staying put. I don't have to worry about it. It glides on beautifully, doesn't pull on my eye at all, which is why I usually don't use a pencil for tight lining. I usually use, you know, some sort of gel or something softer than just a pencil, but this is so soft, and this has actually been 2 weeks and I haven't had to sharpen it either, so that's really kind of brilliant. I've been using this Starlux Pro Luxe Longwear liquid liner for my upper lash line. This is turning into a holy grail for me. I went to go pick something else out this week to use as my liquid liner instead, and I couldn't put this one back because I'm loving it so much. It's so easy to use. It's just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I got this in my BoxyCharm. For my mascara, I've been using Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes, which of course is another cult favorite. I absolutely love this mascara. It is a fantastic everyday mascara. It's not going to give you that like false eyelash look, but and again, it's what I have on right now, but it is going to give you that really great just daytime lash look where your lashes look big, they look full, and it's not tremendously difficult to wash off. Last thing for lipstick, I've been using Clinique's Bamboo Pink, which is what I have on. I've actually had this for a really long time. I think I got this in one of the gift with purchases, and I just kind of set it aside and never really thought about it, and then I decided to put it on this week, and it's absolutely beautiful. I just absolutely love it, and I think it will probably become a new favorite in short order. I really like Clinique lipsticks, and I really love the way this one looks. So that is the end of my makeup basket. Oh, one last thing. Something I have not been doing lately, and I'm not really sure why, but something I haven't been doing lately is using any kind of setting spray. One thing that I have noticed is that with the weather being cold and dry and windy, and it's just crazy around here, I've wanted to pull my setting spray out just to kind of give me that a little bit of a different finish, because my skin has been drier. So I've pulled out my Mary Kay makeup finishing spray, and that's what I've been using this week. I don't think that it changes the look of your makeup that much, but if your skin is just a teeny bit dry, this will kind of help give it a little bit less of a dry look, and it really does help my makeup stay on all day. I mean, at this point, other than lipstick, I did touch up my lipstick. I've not touched up my makeup since about 7:30 this morning, and it's about 6:30 now. So actually, it's probably not quite 6:30. It's probably about 5:30. But so 7:30 to 5:30, I haven't had to do any kind of touch-ups. So that's really fast. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Really fantastic. Also, just as a side note, this is made by Skindinavia, which makes a lot of other setting powders. So now that is the conclusion of my makeup basket. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.